Hello, and thanks for joining me for Living Off Campus, Rights and Responsibilities as a Student in Our Community. Today, we'll tell you a little more about the Center for Student Engagement and how we can help you have a successful experience as a New Paltz student renting an apartment or living on your own. We acknowledge that everyone's living situation is different. Perhaps you've lived off campus before. Maybe you lived on campus last semester and this is your first time moving off. Regardless, we hope to make your off-campus living experience successful. And to do that, you will need to balance a lot of roles. During this presentation, we will explore what it takes to be a good tenant, neighbor, citizen, student, and commuter. Before we jump into learning more about living off campus, let me first tell you a little bit about the Center for Student Engagement. Our center strives to help you feel connected and help you get involved here at New Paltz. We oversee the following areas: the Student Union Building, student involvement opportunities, leadership programs, new first year and transfer student orientation, intercultural relations, voter and civic engagement, and off-campus and commuter resources. Our office is located in the Student Union Building, room 211. We are open from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday during the academic year. You can email us at cse@newpaltz.edu or call us at 845-257-3025. Our website, newpaltz.edu/student engagement, contains a lot of the information we'll share today, and so much more to help you get connected and involved. Please contact us to let us know what we can do to help you have a great co-curricular involvement experience and a successful off-campus living experience. Be sure to check out the Off-Campus and Commuter Student Handbook on our website. It contains resources, tips, and suggestions that you may or may not have considered yet. The handbook includes a helpful checklist of items to consider when signing a lease, move-in and move-out checklists that will help you receive your security deposit back, a resource list of local utility providers, a sample roommate agreement, information on budgeting, and lots more. It's important to note that SUNY New Paltz does not manage, inspect, check, or oversee living spaces that are not on campus. While we cannot provide you with an apartment, what we can do is share some resources and tips to help with your off-campus housing search. To facilitate finding a place to live, the college moderates the Off-Campus Housing Bulletin Board. It's linked from our website and helps connect students who are looking for apartments with landlords who have space to rent. It's also a good place to find roommates. We've also compiled a list of websites that we know students utilize when looking for off-campus housing. Stop by our office to pick up the Looking for Off-Campus Housing handout. Ultimately, when looking for an apartment to rent, you should consider some of these big questions. What's your budget? How will you travel to and from campus? Who will you live with? Knowing these answers can help you narrow down your apartment search geographically and financially. Now let's start to explore all the roles that come into play for you to be a successful off-campus or commuter student at New Paltz. Once you've found a place to live, it's important to start off your business relationship with your landlord by striving to be a good tenant. The first thing is understanding and following your lease agreement. A lease is a legally binding agreement between tenant and landlord that outlines the rights and responsibilities of both parties. Be sure to read and understand your lease before agreeing to it. Keep a copy of your lease accessible in case you need to refer to it. And before you move into your apartment, conduct a damage check of your space. The Off-Campus Housing Handbook on our website has a great moving in and moving out checklist to help with this. Make sure you follow your lease agreement and know your legal responsibilities as a tenant. These include paying rent on time and in the manner agreed upon. Most leases are for 12 months, so be sure to have a plan related to the beginning and ending dates of your agreement. Leases should also spell out the expectations and requirements about a variety of topics, including but not limited to pets, parking, trash removal, snow and lawn maintenance, utilities, damage repair, and occupancy limits. Here's where every lease is different. Be sure to understand your lease and follow what's agreed upon. Know your responsibilities as a tenant as it relates to maintaining the space you're renting. Keep your apartment clean and in good condition. Your space must have a smoke detector, fire extinguisher, and carbon monoxide detector installed, but it's your responsibility to ensure they are in good working order. It's also good practice to notify your landlord if you be away from your apartment for an extended period of time, like winter break or spring break. And finally, when you move out, you should return your apartment to the same condition as when you moved in. Ultimately, we hope that you have an enjoyable and safe experience off campus. We recognize that's sometimes not always the case. As a tenant, you have rights to protect you. If you have issues or concerns with your rental space, communicate with your landlord promptly, especially if your safety and security are impacted. Communicate in writing whenever possible so that you have a record of your correspondence. Don't hesitate to reference your lease if you have a concern or a dispute. Both parties need to follow what's been agreed upon. We recommend that you purchase renter's insurance. Renter's insurance covers your personal property if it's damaged or stolen, medical and legal bills if you're found responsible for damaging someone's property or injuring them, and temporary living expenses if your rental home is currently uninhabitable. A quick Google search will give you lots of affordable options, or you can often add on to an existing homeowner's insurance policy. Should you need more resources to exercise your rights as a tenant, our website has links to online resources including rentlaw.com and the New York State Tenants' Rights Guide. Additionally, the Student Association has an attorney on retainer who holds office hours a few times a week on campus to consult with students free of charge. Another important role to consider as you live off campus is being a good neighbor. You will likely live around others, upstairs, downstairs, or next door. Establish rapport by introducing yourself to your neighbors when you move in. Knowing your neighbors will make your home away from home feel more comfortable and helps when you have to approach an issue or a concern with someone. Be respectful. Understand that it's likely that your neighbors will not be college students. They might have to get up early for work, or have children, or be on a different schedule than you. Be mindful and considerate with noise, parking, and with social gatherings. Finally, be observant. Take pride in your outdoor space by picking up trash and keeping your yard or porch neat and clean. Also, knowing your neighbors will help if there's an issue. Lend a hand where and when you can. Wherever you live, it's important to know and abide by the rules and laws of your city, town, or village. If you live in the Village of New Paltz, visit www.villageofnewpaltz.org for this information. Visit the Center for Student Engagement's website for links to local municipalities. Be a good citizen by safely practicing bystander intervention. Bystander intervention is recognizing a potentially harmful situation or interaction and choosing to respond in a way that could positively influence the outcome. If you see something, do something. Know the emergency contact numbers in your town and call 911 in an emergency. Being a good citizen also relies on you taking responsibility for your own safety and security. Lock your apartment doors and windows at night when you're not home. Lock your car, bike, and other possessions that may be outdoors or in a shared space. Know the escape routes in your apartment if there's a fire, and practice them. Living off campus can give you a lot of freedoms, but that means you have to take more responsibility to find balance in your life, and being a good student must be a priority. We recommend you spend as much time on campus as you can. Find a place in the library, in the student union, or in an academic building to do homework between classes. We also know that most off-campus students are balancing a part-time job in addition to their classes. Be sure to make academics a priority despite your busy work schedule. Utilizing all the on-campus student services available to you will also help you be a great student. These services are all available to all students. Just because you live on campus doesn't mean that you can't utilize these offices and services. We encourage you to learn more about them and visit them regularly. Many of our students drive their car to campus. If you are driving to campus for classes, be sure to plan your route and give yourself extra time to drive through the village. Roads can get congested at busy times of day. Purchase a commuter parking permit online from the Office of Student Accounts and park in lots designated for commuter students. There's plenty of parking on campus, but the closest lots fill early. Visit newpaltz.edu/parking for more information. The Center for Student Engagement encourages you to consider mass transportation and can help you navigate options in the area. The Student Association partners with Ulster County Area Transit, also known as UCAT, to provide students with a free shuttle bus called the New Paltz Loop. It runs 7 days a week throughout campus and the village. If you're traveling from Dutchess County, UCAT also offers a bus from campus to the Poughkeepsie train station called the Ulster Poughkeepsie Link, also free with your New Paltz student ID. UCAT offers student discounts on most routes throughout Ulster County, so be sure to always show your ID when riding. There's a UCAT information kiosk on the first floor of the Student Union for your convenience, and UCAT has a great app for your phone with real-time bus locations along routes. Visit our website for a link to 511 New York Rideshare, a program that facilitates carpooling in New York State. And if you're looking to travel home for the weekend or over break, consider purchasing your Trailways bus ticket from our office. We sell tickets in Student Union Room 211 Monday through Friday, and many routes offer student discounts. Trailways buses stop on campus regularly and also run from the Trailways bus station on Main Street, about a 5-minute walk from campus. NP Alert is the campus's mass emergency notification system. The college sends out text alerts for weather-related class delays or cancellations so that you know whether or not you need to travel to campus in potentially difficult weather conditions. All students are automatically enrolled in NP Alert. Visit my.newpaltz.edu to change your settings or opt out of this service. The Student Union has many amenities that can help you have a more enjoyable commuter student experience. In addition to food options, pool and ping pong tables, and the bookstore, the Student Union also has a commuter lounge on the first floor. There you'll find a big screen TV, charging station, microwaves, a printer, comfy couches, and tables and chairs to eat or study. Stop by in between your classes. The Center for Student Engagement manages a commuter locker rental program. For $10 a semester with a $10 deposit, you can rent a locker on the ground level of the Student Union. This is helpful for storing textbooks and personal items on campus, so you don't have to carry them back and forth from home. Visit our office in Student Union Room 211 to sign up. In addition to providing resources and information to our off-campus and commuter students, the Center for Student Engagement also hosts programs and events for our off-campus and commuter students. We host a commuter orientation program at the start of each fall semester for new first-year and transfer commuters to help them get connected to campus. We also host a commuter appreciation week each semester with lots of giveaways like free coffee in the commuter parking lots. And we host programs with topics relevant to our off-campus and commuter students. Some are educational, like personal budgeting, and some are social, like make your own car air freshener. We will communicate with you throughout the year via email to let you know about these free events and to also pass along important information relevant to a student living off campus. We hope that you have a successful off-campus experience. It's a lot to balance, but we're here to guide you along the way. Again, feel free to contact us in the Center for Student Engagement if we can help with any issues that arise. All of the resources mentioned today are available on our website, newpaltz.edu/student engagement. Be sure to also follow us on social media to stay connected with all that we do. Thanks again for joining me today for Living Off Campus, Rights and Responsibilities as a Student in Our Community. Best of luck with your off-campus experience and the upcoming semester at New Paltz.